Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It's Rockwell Spot Connection with the weekly comic book roundup. And right now, we'll be talking about the X-Men related titles of the week. So, got three. Let's get started with X-Force number 8. Alright, so. The board in wrong. Okay, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but. Anyway, so where we left off, Cable had been captured by Strife and taken back to the future, where he had in custody Rachel Summers. And Strife used Rachel's likeness to get all of Clan Ascani to come to one place so he could wipe them out in one stroke. However, X-Force had managed to repair the time machine, and they headed to the future to, at the very least, get Cable back. Also, as Cable and his Clan Chosen troops are being held in cells of power dampeners, which means that Cable's telekinesis is not holding his technovirus at bay. So the issue begins with X-Force arriving in the future, and they see the not Rachel display. Back in the New Canaan stockades, as they're in adjacent cells, Cable and Aaliyah, or his lover, are able to well, talk. And it seems that the technovirus is consuming him. So in Ebonshire, the X-Force is shown up, and they start trying to find Cable, asking around, and some know who he is. However, this gathers the attention of Blacksmith, who promptly attacks Domino. However, Domino realizes that this is not Blacksmith this is Blacksmith from before he met her, though well after she's met him. Time travel, it's a fun thing. But while the two fight, the Strife's Mutant Liberation Army shows up. They arrive and get into position to strike at Ebonshire, and explain to Strife that X-Force has arrived. And Blacksmith's able to accept Domino upon that she's an X-Man. Which, oh, hey, you know who the X-Men are? And, well, yeah. He knows who they are, though he does not think highly of them because, as he puts it, their hubris and disrespect to the time stream nearly tore our world apart. However, just as they're joining forces, the Mutant Liberation Army attacks, and X-Force does what they can to stop them. And then Strife explains that X-Force has arrived in the future as well, and they will be killed just the same as the rest of the Clan Ascani will, though. during the fight, one of the soldiers stops mid attack from attacking Blacksmith to ask where he is and not to be hurt and how he got there. And so Cannonball investigates and does what he can to help, but it turns out that Strife's psychics cannot control both the Ascani Mother and the Mutant Liberation Army. So Strife says, forget about the woman. Just kill the Ascani, kill X-Force, kill everyone. So the psychics regain control of the army, and again, the fight gets back to the technovirus is getting worse and seemingly has wrapped itself around Aaliyah. Blacksmith tries to evacuate Clan Ascani, but it turns out that members of the Liberation Army have already beaten him to there and tell Blacksmith to bow before his new Canaanite gods. And that is where the issue ends. It's sad that we're only getting basically the one long arc out of this series, because I'm really enjoying it. The art's a little, but the story itself is pretty cool. And like I said, it's just sad that it's coming to an end in a couple months. Anywho, moving on to Wolverine Infinity Watch number 4. Where we left off, Wolverine was being tortured by the Fraternity of Raptors, who were also trying to get the space gem from Hector Bautista, who had the space gem. Meanwhile, Loki, Loki, left the battle, went to Earth to get the assistance of Gloria Ryder, mother of Nova Prime, Richard Ryder, and Talinar of the Fraternity of Raptors. So the issue opens on Asgard at the end of time. Phoenix, Logan, and King Thor, Allfather Thor, are arm wrestling. It's not going too well, and he says that Logan says that he's got, this has been fun, he's got stuff to do. He's got to return to the White Room and die, for one. And so Thor wins the arm wrestling competition and complains that everyone has to run off and die. Though Logan says that he'll see him after the next Ragnarok. Now it turns out that during his torture, Hector keeps on seeing the same thing over and over again. As he puts it, the night that ruined his life, that night at the gas station. Turns out that it looks like he's been pausing the flow of time locally. Anyway, so the ghost dog. Oh, I forgot about the ghost dog. Shows up and Logan tells him to go grab the bat that him and Loki brought with him. So Anyway, Loki and Gloria arrive on the ship as the ghost dog flies by, and of course Gloria's a little taken aback by it. So they go and find right, so Logan manages to get out, and he's handed the bat, which helps along the healing process. And so Logan just wades through the Raptors. It's like I joked a few months ago, when the Raptors got involved. I guess we're seeing the end of the fraternity of Raptors now. And Loki takes Gloria to where Talonar, Robbie Ryder, is torturing Hector, and Robbie slices at Gloria, thinking it's an illusion of Loki's, and she dies in his arms, saying she forgives him. As they run away, Loki does mention, if only someone were here who could travel back in time to before we're both murdered. So he manages to do it, and explains that that's really Loki. Loki actually brought Talinar's mom into space, and it's the real deal. So, and if things go, and in a few seconds, Talinar's gonna kill her. Logan shows up in a bit of a rage, and Loki and Hector and whatnot they try to restrain him. Gloria has one with Robbie, asking what he's still doing out here, and he explains he wanted the power to go back and fix things. And then the Time Variance Authority shows up. Loki, and declares them all under arrest for altering the timeline for significant gain. And Loki explains that he hasn't committed any time crimes. The leader of the group says, how kind of time cop would he be if he showed up after the crime was committed? But before he asked for Hector, before anyone can point out who Hector is, the Warbringer shows back up, ripping a hole in the ship and basically tossing most of the time cops into space. That he demands a time stone, and if he gets it, the Rosetta will be swift and merciful. Wolverine, shouts that Warbringer blood when he stuck him before, so he knows that he can kill the Warbringer. Gloria just kind of says, maybe I can call my other son. I would not be entirely put out if Nova showed up. And anyway, moving on to the Amazing Nightcrawler number 4. Where we left off, apparently Nightcrawler has a daughter that's been hidden from him. So he's gone to he tried to figure a way to get so he set up a Studio Express tour in Portland, as did Lady Mastermind in her studio. And, well, the fight has broken out. And everyone realized, however, Nightcrawler soon realizes that the everyone assembled thinks it's all, part of the show. So, Nightcrawler does what he can to give them a show. So both groups split up. Nightcrawler has a few autographs. Then had a chat with Celeste and Irma Cuckoo. And Celeste helped. It's kind of, hey, we know you're wanting to find the little girl. I can help. And they arrive where Megan is playing with the little girl. And briefly, Megan turns into Mystique. And Megan turns promptly scolds him for everything, and they get more, promptly scolds Nightcrawler, and explain, about going through her education and leaving her, and but Nightcrawler insists that re-education is a lie. This is it's a perfect world. Why would we need to change people's hearts? And so that's goes on to explain that some of this has happened before. He's never been completely aware, but Megan has never lost control, and the Cuckoos must have done something wrong. And then suddenly the room is filled with everyone else. His eyes seem to be glowing. And Celeste explains that whatever she's about to do, this will be hopeful. This will have to be the last time. I hate to admit it, but Age of X-Men has been kind of Anyway, that's it for the X-Men titles for the week. Also, if you haven't watched it previously, this week's War of the Realms video does have Uncanny X-Men, War of the Realms Uncanny X-Men #2. So technically a fourth book, but yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon can be found in the description box down below. And feel free to hit the bell icon to be notified when I put new content. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.